Hello, my name is Darren Krakowiak, and I was looking through the Age newspaper on the weekend. The Age is the main broadsheet newspaper here in Melbourne, although it's tabloid size now. But it's the newspaper where people in commercial real estate go, specifically to the business section, to see what's happening in the market. And it has all the advertisements for transactions and a bit of a gossip sort of piece as well, and usually one or two thought pieces or transaction pieces in there. And I was looking through on Saturday, and the business section of The Age, which is this paper here, was only 12 pages and not really very many advertisements in those 12 pages. And I was thinking, well, how does that compare to pre-coronavirus? And the oldest copy of the paper that I had lying around at home was from the 29th of February. So that's about 6 or 7 weeks ago. Certainly coronavirus was something we were aware of, but the impact hadn't really hit Melbourne. And in that week, the business section of The Age was 28 pages, and certainly a lot more advertisements throughout those pages. And it got me thinking, well, how would you describe that to somebody? If they asked you, how's the market, how would you describe it? And I think, one term that I think people in commercial real estate like to use is cautiously optimistic. And it's a term that you might use when someone comes in from interstate or overseas and asks you, how's the market? Well, we're cautiously optimistic. Or perhaps your boss asks you, are you going to have a good year? Well, I'm cautiously optimistic that the market's going to perform. I think if you said that today, though, nobody would believe you. So you probably need a new go-to term. And I know that being positive and having a positive attitude is really important to success in commercial real estate. So I was very pleased to get a new term, which I read in an article from Aggie Aiken, and I'll tag her in this post so you can have a look. And that term was optimistic realist. And if you're an optimistic realist, you are probably a bit more realistic than someone who is cautiously optimistic. But also, I think if you're a realist, it sort of has a bit of a negative spin. If you're an optimistic realist, you do realize that there might be some negative setbacks that do occur, but they're learning opportunities. And you see the market for what it is, which is that there are new things to be learnt in the current circumstances. So I thought optimistic realist is a great way to describe yourself. How would you describe yourself, or how would you describe your view on the market right now? I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for listening, and I will speak to you soon.